one player who doesn't have much further to go because she's out, sadly, is
Mm.
Emma Raducanu. And this was again another result from kind of late on Tuesday in the first round. She did lose to Sofia Kenin in 3 sets in the opener, which, yeah, really disappointing for Raducanu. She wasn't particularly happy afterwards, as I'm sure you can understand, and sort of blaming it mostly, I think, on the fact that she didn't play enough matches coming
No.
into the tournament, so needed to manage her schedule better in future. Joel, I think you might have called
Yeah.
this kind of lack of match
I
practice.
I was just so confused when, as I say, the story going into the Olympics was I'm not playing the Olympics because I want to get my ranking up and play tournaments where there are ranking points available. So from that point of view, I was sort of expecting her to play a full lead up to the US Open, and yes, she did play Winston Salem, but I was sort of like expecting her to kick on from there and play Cincinnati and Canada, and that didn't happen. Only one tournament in the build up. Obviously, I'm not part of her team. I don't know if there are any other mitigating circumstances going on, but yeah, I think she's at least acknowledged that it's a lesson there to learn, but I think the lack of match practice here just sort of did her in. I think because she looked a little rusty, and it's funny. I think that we're talking about this for a player who didn't play the Olympics. I think it would be more understandable if someone had played the Olympics and maybe they were feeling a little bit jaded or a little bit knackered, and as a result, their schedule in the lead up to US Open was compromised. But the fact that she didn't play the Olympics makes me feel like brutally put, I don't actually feel like there's any excuses here.
No, I agree. I think that was a wasted opportunity not
Mm,
playing either of, Cincinnati or the Canadian Open. And I don't know if there was something to do with like managing her physicality. I know obviously she's got a history of injury, so I don't know if
yeah.
that's one of the reasons why she's being kind of very stringent with her schedule. However, it's just a shame because obviously this was the site of her triumph 3 years ago. She hasn't actually managed to win a match on these courts since. So and obviously Sophia Kenin is a tough first round opponent. She is a Grand Slam champion as well. And I mean, Kenin's in the middle of her match with Jessica Pegula at the moment. She's just lost that first set to Pegula. So another tasty encounter going on there. But yeah, a bit of a shame for Emma Raducanu. But
I mean, why
Dan
why
Evans
don't
was highlight of Tuesday. That was
why
made up
why
for her.
don't you think Raducanu chose to play Cincinnati or in Canada?
Well, I don't know if she's been entirely honest with the reason. Like you said, we don't know about the mitigating circumstances, but it could be physical concern or not wanting to if there's fitness and injury issues, that to me would be like the most obvious reason, because
Mm,
surely you'd play at least one of the two
yeah.
to get those high level matches,
I have a
especially when you
theory. I have a theory, and this is again, it could be completely wrong.
oh yeah.
But I don't know if there's a sort of, I don't know, like I want to say like, is only going to play tournaments where it matters, maybe from like I don't know, like a business point of view. And, when your, I guess, ranking is low, and, you're not, I don't know, maybe you're looking for an appearance fee or something like that. And maybe if it wasn't there as a result, you kind of be a bit more selective around your tournaments. And again, I don't know if there's any sort of way to look at it from like a business point of view, but I think she should be looking at it from like a play, form, momentum point of view, because she was playing well in Winston-Salem, and I feel like she maybe thought, right, that's it, I'm done. Let's go
Hmm.
to the US Open and hopefully I can make a deep run. But I don't think it just comes as, it's just not that easy on the tour. The competition and then the levels are deep. So yeah, lesson to be learned for the future.
Absolutely.